And Rosemary inspires every single day. How many children has Rosemary saved since the passing of Joan? We don't see it, we don't know about it, but these legislations, these 5 legislations that Rosemary has worked diligently for, and John and Michael, to get passed, protect our children in a much better way than they would have ever been protected before. And we need, you've heard the saying, talk the talk, walk the walk. Don't just talk, be a hero, get out there and do something. Don't worry what other people say. Do it because you are going to be the hero, make a difference. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Rosemary. You're going to be speaking now. Rosemary, the beloved mother of Joan, who Joan was, of course, Rosemary's inspiration, and the founder of the Joan Angela D'Alessandro Foundation. And today we're here to honor Rosemary, Michael, and of course John and Joan, and give them the kudos. So let's hear it for Rosemary D'Alessandro. Come on.
So now, first of all, I want to say thank you to Andy for giving us information that is valuable and we never usually hear, because he has experience and he's an attorney and he just, he knows so many things, he reads so many books. I learned so much from you, Andy. Andy, I'm here. I'm here. Andy, you're not over your nose. And then, Danielle, Danielle, I know. Danielle is just, she's just my type, what could I say? Oh, she'll fight for justice so much. And the way she does it, she'll keep these bad guys in prison and will put every bit of sweat. I mean, it's like extra. And then Linda here, and Linda was telling me that her 2 girls, over here, Samantha and, Erin, they painted butterflies on one of the rooms, like the waiting room in the Advocacy Center. And that room is like a faded, like a very pale blue. And then the 2 rooms where you get interviewed, everybody listen. Ooh, you're going to hear good stuff. So, it's very, very soft green. So therefore, Joan is going to be there with the children when they get interviewed for the first time, coming into a place where you have a beautiful, a room with toys, a television, very nice, playful, serene. It's coming, you have to remember, everybody, we can't envision this, but envision it, where you have these children coming from such abuse, no value for them. They are not given any work. They are treated like worse than animals, some of them. They come into a room like this, there's light. It's the beginning of light for them. So their journey is going to start knowing what light is by going into this room with the toys, with people that are not intimidated. They are not going to have the uniforms on. They are not going to have the gun. They're going to be dressed like you and I. So it's going to be another kind of atmosphere. That was never there before. Now there is with this first Advocacy Center. So I'm so thankful to the prosecutor's office that they did this. I'm so thankful with humbleness, for the honor that you have given to me and to Joan. Because if you look at it, there are 2 butterflies, everybody, and the 2 butterflies, one of them is upside down, and the other one is just looking straight forward. And if you look on it, it's dedicated to Joan, and the room is Rosemary's room. So thank you to the prosecutor, thank you to all of you. Thank you to you know, the investigation team, everybody. But, you know, and then Andy is right. Andy, Andy, I'm here, honey, I'm here. Andy, I'm here. Andy, you know, you're right, because the way you felt about the prosecutor's office, I feel the same way. Yeah. So now, I just want to say thank you all for coming. All the volunteers today to get this going. We had 30 volunteers right here today, 30 volunteers. Then we have more volunteers. Thank you, Jill. And we have more volunteers that were working in the, like getting baskets, giving me items to put in the baskets, making donations, and doing things like, even a 12-year-old girl made a basket that she did for a confirmation. So just, it's like, if I cannot tell you that the only reason why we have made such steps on this journey is because of what? Of all of us together. Now, you know, in '93, that was 28 years ago, that's when this whole movement started, and that was the hope. There was hope there, and with the hope, hey guys, lower it, cause you know what I mean? So anyway, so in '93, I found out what the message was, the message of hope. Felt that in '73, because Joan died on Holy Thursday and was found on Easter. So with that, to me, that was a sign of hope. In all the sadness, there was hope. The hope came in '93 when we were successful in keeping Joan's killer in prison. And then change had to happen because we had to have a change in laws, or else we would always have these people, like families had to testify, there would be appeals, and that's what my family always had to do. So then we got 5 laws through, 1 on the federal level, 1 in New York, 1 in New Jersey. We got the Justice for Victims Law in New Jersey, and then we got the expansion of Jones Law to all minors. Okay, that means with the kids that are teenagers, a lot of them are human trafficking victims. So that was important. Now we're working to get 1 in New York State, and New York State will be under 18 too. So it's in the Senate right now. So this would happen, all this hope, okay, this journey. Foundation was formed, and then we started helping lots of underprivileged kids, lots of poor kids, lots of abused kids. Then what happens is we go into another chapter. Now everybody listen to the chapter. Guess what? The day that Joan's killer died, guess what happened? This rock was found, this heart-shaped rock was found in the ground. A piece of it was sticking out. Here, look at this. You can see it here. A piece of it was sticking out. That was a piece that was sticking out probably for millions of years, 5 feet away from Joan, her head, where she was placed. And Ernie saw this with John Duncan, and what happened was he started wiggling it, and he says, oh, there's something there, and he fought with it. And all of a sudden, then about 5 minutes later, this rock comes out. This is the rock. You could touch it. Come and touch it. It was straight up in the dirt, and it was deep. It was deep, about 12 inches deep, and it was straight up in the dirt. It wasn't slanted. It wasn't shallow. It was absolutely down. Do you ever see a rock like that? I don't know. I never did. So this became the rock of hope this is beginning of a new chapter. And then what happened after that was this whole child advocacy center opening, first one, and then, you know, Joan and I are the two butterflies there. I mean,
That's
you know,
funny.
it's like,
You could stay like right there.
and do you know the day that I spoke on Joan's birthday, at the day of dedication, there were about like 100 people there. There were the workers from the prosecutor's office. And I remember having trouble with the heat. So Linda said, you know, like I have some ice, thank God. And then what happened was,
Everything's good, right?
butterfly came in front of my face. I'm the one that sees it first. Everybody goes, oh my God. Even people that didn't believe in signs. Okay? This white butterfly. So then I knew that I'd be able to handle it. Then, guess what happened? I'm going to talk to you about something with steps. Something about steps. And I see Prosecutor Mark Museli coming down with a glass box, and he's holding it, you know, really. He's holding it like in a special way, and I open it, and never knowing what it was. And guess what it was, everybody? Guess, look what it was. Look what was in there. Joan's sneakers from the day that she died. And I didn't even know that these sneakers were there. I didn't even know that these sneakers were there. The sneakers were in perfect condition. The laces were tied, and they're size 1.5. And with them, there was a little, like a silver heart, like a locket, and there were wisps of her hair from the day she died. So you see, I got that day. Yeah, look, talk about the new chapter. So now, what do? We have Joan's steps around us with her sneakers. And her steps are telling us a lot of things. And she wants us to take steps. This is what I feel. You know, Danielle, Linda, this is what I got from it. That these steps are steps. Yes, Joan has inspired me, you know, a lot. And these steps, what I want to tell you, wait, you know what? I'm taking this off, wait. These steps, because no one is around me. You know, so anyway, these steps are steps of standing up for those in harm's way. Maybe you've heard us say that a lot of times, and I just have to tell you, there's a little girl, and maybe it's happened to you, any of you, and the little girl is there, and she is abused by someone she trusted. And it could be a father, it could be a pediatrician. And what happens is the little child says nothing because she's afraid no one is going to believe her. Maybe she says something to someone, but you know, you go to a doctor or you're going to your uncle. Oh, he's just playing with you. Or that's what the doctor does, you have to take your clothes off a certain way. Or you have the child that is abused by a parent and nobody says anything. Now, what do you think is going to happen to those children? And maybe, some of you know someone or you yourself went through it. What do you think? what do you think is going to happen? Here you have a child like that. Child really has to work hard, you know, has to work hard. If they have faith, that helps a lot. If they have someone that cares for them, like a grandmother or so, that helps a lot. Or a parent, or an uncle, aunt. But the thing is it happened. So what we could do, and what I really want to stress, is prevention. What we could do by standing up, doing something, you hear the child scream, go. Call the police, go to social services, do 911. You still, and don't worry that they're thinking that you're being hysterical. No, you have to get over that. You got to get over that, because you are preventing, you are stopping this crime. That child will not have to go through that. That child will not have to go to the Child Advocacy Center. They'll have less. They have so many people, so many kids going. You can't even take all the kids in that need the help. So our journey now is to take steps to prevent child abuse. And just think of a step that you can make and take. A step comes in different ways. It comes with a step of listening to the child. Listening, really listening. Don't dismiss. Don't be all worked up because you're busy doing something. The step is by listening to each other, to each other, respecting each other. But another step is, what I see is, we have to understand each other and show understanding more for the shoes that we're in. We have to see that more. Understand, where's that person in? What is that person about? And we have to think that way. And we need more of that. We need more of that and more of that. Because that's the way we're going to change things, have prevention. We're going to feel much better about ourselves. Try it. Just keep on trying it. And it's not easy. And if you ever have a problem with it, just email to me or some way or other, and you can trust me. And I will say, that's what we need, and that's the way we're going to change things. It's not just about Rosemarie doing it. All of you have power. All of you. All of you. Even as children. Erin, Samantha, Carly, Peter, your daughter Casey. So those steps are, she's leading us. Her steps are here, right here. We see a picture of it. I have it in the foundation room, the real one. I have to concentrate on it. I haven't been able to, because it was 2.5 weeks ago that I got them, and then you had to go bum, 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 like, for the event. But I have to take time to appreciate them. So these steps are steps that bring us to this chapter, and our steps are going to be new steps, and just know that you see a white butterfly, it might help you. Just know that, all the children here, you could all do something too, by the way you are, like to your brother, your sister, to your mom, and to your dad. Help them a little bit. See that they're tired. Or just say to them, how do you feel today? A lot of kids don't even do that, right? So that's a way to be kind, and that's a step. See, everybody, when you're kind and you do positive things, what happens? People feel better about themselves. And feeling better about themselves, what's going to happen? They're going to do better things and good things. So there's a lot of parts to it. but it's not as complex as you think. So anyway, I just say a special thank you to John for being champion, for Michael taking the great pictures today, because he's really, he's like he's like like very gifted photographer. And for Jerry, who couldn't be here, she's healing from cancer, but she got so many baskets, she coordinated so many things, and she couldn't be here for Jerry. And what, honey? What? What? You thought it's finished? Okay. John always wants me to finish. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody feel anything? Does anybody want to say a word, like, just, should we say the word, what can we say together? We could say, what word should we say? Love you? Oh, well, okay. I love you. I love you all. And give me a word. Give me a word, girls. What word? Peace? Peace, peace, peace. Okay. I think of hope. I think of hope. I think of change. I think that we are going to go out, and our next step is going to be a little more thinking of the whole picture and not just ourselves. Okay? So, good day. Have a good time.
Thank you, Rose. Let's hear it, Rosemarie, D'Alessandro, all she's done. God bless you, Rosemary, John, Michael. Wow.